Today we're doing a Ready Fridge special. I had a few odds and ends in the fridge and around the kitchen that I needed to make use of. So when I started shooting this video, I didn't have a dish in mind. I just knew that I needed to do something that would utilize all the veggies I had laying around. So let me run through some of the things that we're gonna use today. I have some moko plantain, a half-dead baigan or eggplant, carrot, 2 sweet peppers, and some radish and cucumber. So automatically thinking of putting them together to make a salad. I also have the usual suspects, onion, garlic, tomatoes, and I have some turmeric that I got from my brethren Karen. So the turmeric already pushing me in a curry direction. So we go in with that. A kind of vegan curry vibes. And usually I would cook baigan with the skin on, but seeing the condition of this one, I think it's okay if we remove the skin. And I'm going to cut it into bite-sized chunks and roast it along with the moko. So I'm roasting this separately because I don't want to cook these items along with everything else. The length of time it will take to cook as well as the addition of moisture will just break this down and turn it to mush. And that's not what I'm going for here. I want this curry to have layers of flavor and textures. I'm doing a simple seasoning here with olive oil, salt and black pepper and giving it a good rub. I'm cutting the moko into bite-sized chunks as well and seasoning with salt, black pepper and some freshly grated nutmeg. Layer the baigan and the moko onto a baking sheet and you want to roast that in an oven at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Next up we want to prep the other ingredients. Cutting the sweet peppers into chunks as well because again we're going for textures here. And of course we're using onion, pimento, tomato, carrot, some chive and a generous amount of turmeric. And from this piece that I have here, I ended up with about 3 tablespoons of freshly minced turmeric. And I'm keeping it simple today with the spices. Just toasting some whole jeera and coriander seeds. Once they start to pop and get very fragrant, then they're ready. Kicking things off with some oil in a pan and the toasted spices. Then you want to add the onions, saute for a few seconds. Add the pimento, turmeric, garlic, carapule or curry leaves. And then you want to add some diced tomato. Season that with salt and black pepper. You want to give it a good toss and cover it and allow it to cook for about 3 minutes on low heat. After about 3 minutes, you want to add a cup of water, mix well, and then you want to continue to cook it for another 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes later, and the curry paste looking like it's good to go. At this point, I add in 2 cans of chana that are washed and drained. Add a cup and a half of water. I'm going to cover this and allow it to simmer for 10 minutes. 10 minutes later, the chana soak up all that great curry flavor. And at this point, I add in the sweet peppers as well as some fresh tomatoes. And I don't want these to cook for very long either, not more than 1 minute. So at this point, I add in the roasted veggies to the mix. And I'm giving that a good toss and boom, we're in a gear here with the curry. At this point, you just want to taste for salt and black pepper and adjust to suit. Next thing we're going to make is a nice carrot rice pilaf. And to start that, we add in 1/3 cup of oil to our pot. And I know that might seem like a lot, but we're really going for a grainy pilaf with a nice sheen on the rice grains. Not going for a starchy finish at all. You want to add your onion, carrot, garlic, season with salt and black pepper. And also add in some cardamom powder and some paprika to the mix. Give this rice a nice spice finish. You're going to add your washed rice and a bay leaf. Then add just enough water until the rice is covered. And you want to allow the pot to come to a boil. Then reduce the heat to low and simmer for 10 minutes. And while the rice is cooking, let me make a quick salad. Cutting the radish and the cucumber into thin strips or julienne cut. Then I simply tossing them in a bowl with chive, salt, black pepper and vinegar. And that is it. I'm keeping this fresh and crisp to add a nice contrast and cooling effect to all the warm spices of the curry and the rice. Now to check on the rice, and we in the game. Good to go here. Perfect. So it's just to plate up now. And I'm taking a little extra step with the presentation here, using the bowl to present a perfectly shaped mound of rice. Dropping some of that vegetable curry on the side, and then some fresh radish and cucumber salad. And yeah, this is real vibes right here. And just a couple things to note here. I mean, even though all the ingredients for the vegetable curry ended up in the same pot, Sometimes you have to consider the different cooking times and how to maintain the integrity of an ingredient in the dish. I definitely wanted the dish to have chunks of baigan and moko, so to achieve that I roasted it separate. And try adding the same ingredient at different times as well. So I added some of the tomato early in the dish to make the curry paste, but then added some fresh tomatoes in the end for another layer of tomato flavor in there. And as you could see, I ain't used anything over the top here, but the result is a proper delicious meal. And let me tell you, this curry is the kind of dish that tastes even better the next day. You see when this kusume and then you take it out the fridge and warm it up? Here now, real best. If you like this recipe, please give the video a thumbs up and give it a share. And if you do try it, please tag us in your photos on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please take a moment to do so. And as always, a link to the recipe will be posted in the description of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Mm-hmm.